Having an amazing day. Man, I was reading something, it's like, I think it's called Solomon's Law, I believe it was. Does anybody else have this problem? It's so easy to go ahead and give advice, but but you could solve everybody else's problems logically, but when it comes to yours, you can't figure it out. That's essentially what it came to with Solomon's Law. And I'm definitely someone who faces that, who has trouble in that area. And it's something that, like, it was I talk to myself in the third person a lot of the time, which is not easier, but it's helpful. I've noticed. I used to say, like, I is the person that you guys see in front of me, imperfection that I see imperfections in, and everybody has their own opinions, etc., etc. Then there's me, which is the individual that I strive to be, which in my head is the greatest, which is the highest version of myself. And there's always seems to be like a big distance between those two, or it feels as if there's big distance in between those two. And I, I realized it multiple times in the terms of, like, there's so many small things that aren't worth um bothering myself over, or putting on a pedestal of, this weighs a whole lot. Like, I used to be a lot more physically active, um, before certain circumstances. And, like, nowadays, I find myself, like, trying to convince myself, versus there's a time period where it wasn't convincing myself, it was just a part of the schedule. And um, it's to grow from that. It's to constantly try and grow from that. Like, stuff like, you know, just to see how messy the kids leave the house is like adding on a million pounds of weight in your head. And that's something that you shouldn't allow happen. Or, just something doesn't go your way, or not being able to control every single scenario. Personally, like, until I had, you know, my family extended, and, I try and pour into my loved ones as much as possible. It was a lot easier to just be, like, in control of my decisions. Now I got like 20 other people, just 4 to 6 other people's lives that are in my hands in some regards, that I got to go ahead and pay attention to what they need, which takes away from my needs and stuff like that. But with that being said, go easier on yourself. Steve Jobs said, if you do stuff right on the top line, everything else goes according to plan. Or, everything kind of just falls into line when you do the right actions, just the essential right actions at the start, at the top. Then everything else falls in line. And control what you can control, right? You can't control as much as you like to control 3 kids and their actions, attitudes, energies. You can't, all you can control is how you handle things, how people, how you allow yourself to be, um, how you allow yourself to feel in the storm. You know what I mean? You can be in the eye of the storm, but depending on your mind state, you're either going to sit there and wait for it to pass, or you're going to keep moving forward so it passes even faster. So these are just tidbits. It's just little tidbits of experiences and motivation and mindset I try and give you guys on these shorter nighttime streams, just because, you know, my biggest thing is one of my biggest things is motivation. I'm huge on it. I think it's important, the mindset. Sometimes I admit to you guys, like, I try and be transparent with you, whether I'm up, whether I'm down, or how I'm feeling in that moment. And, something in the Solomon's Law that I was reading, it's important to get clarity. It's important to get distance from those situations and scenarios, just because you might not always, just to see things with greater perspective. Um, go for a walk, go for a drive. I found myself wandering for like the last couple days. Um, exploring things that I actually like you guys, if you've seen my shorts recently, I did a couple Pokemon pulls. I've always been like a huge Pokemon fan, but I think that society or like judgment or being insecure in some regard made me like not admit or express how much I actually liked it. When once Ash became the champion, I was losing my mind. But it don't even really matter like what people think, y'all. This is a different type of the word. Being yourself is the best advantage you could have, and as much as like a lot of people feel they are, there might not be. So that's kind of like the little tidbit of gems that I'm giving y'all, that I'm dropping for y'all, that I would like to drop for y'all. So one of the things I know that I can improve on, or things that I should improve on or focus on, what I talked about, like doing right things on the top line, is streaming and talking to y'all at the every day for a good amount of time. You know what I mean? So going forward, I was trying not to I like to stream where I'm just focused on you guys. I don't have any other distractions. Kids ain't pulling me left, right. I ain't gotta deal with nobody, stuff like that. That's personally how I like it. But, I reflecting, I have two options. I'm either gonna let it bother me and do like a 2 second stream, give you all those 40-second streams that I do, or, you know, I could go ahead and suck it up and just be like, hey, not now, or let the kids say hey and whatnot, and then jump right back into the stream. So nonetheless, that's kind of just where my mind state is right now, and going forward. So any way, shape, or form this might have been of value to you guys, I'm grateful for everybody tuning in. Shout out to all my Nakamas. Amazing things are coming. I'm grateful to all of you, to every one of you that has watched, who has liked, who has subscribed, who just tune in. Y'all are amazing, truly, and I look forward to everything that we have coming in the future. All right, it's your boy Straw Hat Ange, Champion Ange. We got so much beautiful things on the way. Wishing y'all a lot of prosperity, good energy, positivity, abundance, peace, health, healing, fulfillment, joy, and so much more. Love y'all. Punith, my brother. I don't know how much you just saw, but I was just signing out. I was just signing out, brother. Dead man, appreciate you always, bro. My top two. Anybody who's watching right now, you see these two? You see these two comments right here? These are like my two of my favorite people in the whole world. So make sure y'all show them love. All right, they're some of the realest people ever. So if I haven't said it, so boys, if you guys don't know, I truly appreciate y'all for tuning into the streams. Y'all keep me going, and we're gonna have some real good stuff. Let me know. Actually, Dead Man, I had asked you if I should do more Pokemon content. Puneet, let me know if you rock with Pokemon, if you want to see more Pokemon content. We're gonna be doing we'll see about the polls, just because we balling on a budget right now, but I'm gonna be in more Pokemon rooms, so if I can figure out how to stream the games and stuff like that, we'll do that. But if y'all rocking with Pokemon, let me know. All right, so nonetheless, love y'all. Good night. I will see you guys in the AM. Peace.